Okay, mic is working. And it is the correct... Nope. This is the correct mic. There we go. um, Good morning. Hi, thank you for the pre-chat. Hi, Bach. Hi, CL. Ouch, I just hit my elbow. Good time of day. Good, afternoon, I guess, or could be evening. I had very little energy. I was like, do I stream? Do I not stream? And then I was like, how do we finish this if I don't? So okay, I'm maxing out the mic. It's not nice of me. But I think it's not too loud. I hope it's not. Yeah. So I'm here for the love of learning, mostly, I think. Happy late morning. Yeah, late morning is like 11 for me. What did I want to say? Oh, okay. I wanted to say a few things. One of them has nothing to do with what's on the screen, so I'm going to say it. I don't know if I'm wasting my time or not. I love wasting my time, but I'm like, do I make this public? It's fine. I'm going to make the code public in a bit, like maybe this week. I found that there are apps where you can edit a video based on the text. Most of them are paid, and I was like, I just went through a few of them, and then I figured that I could try and code it myself, but it would be like without a UI. And then I'm thinking, do I make a UI for it using Gradio? So that's where I am mentally. Still been very lazy and was shocked that the wording of the email implying I had completed the first 4 modules? What? I have not been checking the HuggingFace emails. I should. I have not been checking them. Why do I need to cough when I stream? I swear I don't cough as much in real life. Okay. Update number 2. I had really bad toothache last week-ish. So currently I am in the middle of fixing my teeth. So it's like, yeah, okay. Wait, where is the AI image giblified? This is not giblified, but is it like the first hello one? Welcome to the course one? I don't think it's changed though. Which page is it? Let me know. I want to see the giblified version. Oh, in the email. Got it. I could probably check that. Yeah. Toothache. Working on this thing that could edit your video. And I'm going to put it on GitHub. Obviously, I'm not the one writing the code, but I am the one directing where the code is written, you know? Like, I'm using ChatGPT. Duh. Anyway, as it says in the title, today's lesson is the bonus lesson, because I was like, I want to get the whole, the whole information, the whole thing. So this is the bonus unit that is about fine-tuning an LLM for function calling. Okay, so teaching an LLM what function calling is, right? Because we had fine-tuning LLM for chatting. That's a thing that you could do. Yeah. Oh, how's my recovery? Yeah, honestly, pretty good. I just sometimes get coughing fits, but I do believe that my energy level is like way better. Alhamdulillah, no, I'm pretty good. I think the voice is that it's early morning, but that's normally when I stream. So could be the mic. No, I'm good. I think I'm good. I have warm coffee and lukewarm water next to me, so I'm good. Thank you for asking. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. So, function calling. Do we start? We start. Oh, the reason I'm working on this thing, the video editing thing, is that in case I want to edit these Hugging Face videos, which I sort of do. I think they are useful, but when you rewatch them as stream, it is less about like it's boring to hear someone talk about things that they're interested in when you are here for the content. Um, Also, question: why do they have eyes behind their backs? That's really creepy because they're facing the other way based on the hands. I don't like this at all. This one looks like it has a cursor that can um, that could write mean stuff to the student behind them. I finished the book Scythe, the last book, which is The Toll, and it's obviously a spoiler, but not a big one. The AI starts creating mini AIs and start testing them, um, and it's surprisingly really like I don't know, insightful. I have not checked on the author if they have any CS background. They don't have to. They could just ask around, but like it's just really insightful. And I'm curious when the book came out because I really do think all of it is pre ChatGPT. 2019. The last book came out in 2019. And it's yes, 2019 there were language models, but they were not, hey, this is exactly what your script is to do. Maybe some other streamers. Oh wow. Wow. Oh, that's nice. I searched. Hmm. That's really nice. Oh yeah, that is exactly oh. Oh. Yes, I worked on the timestamp. I did not work on the silent remover. That's smart. I did use FFmpeg. What else? Those people are cool. I'm gonna test this and see if it is what I was going for. Because this silent removers, yes. There is even a UI. Why are there no screenshots then? Cool. That's so cool. Okay. Thank you for sharing this. I will definitely look into this. Yeah, no worries. In case I don't need to work on the one that I'm working on, and this already exists, that would be really useful actually. We'll see. Yes. So yeah, this reminded me of that scene, well, multiple scenes in the book where the AI is creating other AI and is teaching. Well, it's not teaching exactly, it's just learning about what the AI leans towards. Okay. So, starting for real this time. 20 minutes in. Wow, I talk a lot. Okay. Welcome to the first bonus unit where you learn to fine tune a large language model for function calling. In terms of LLMs, function calling is quickly becoming a must know technique. Cool. Oh, there's a screenshot. Oh, okay. Giblified. Oh my. Oh my. Yep, that is a very. That's not a Ghibli robot, though. I mean, we could probably see it here because it's Unit 4, which is not here yet. It's not in the list. Maybe it's not available. Maybe it's just announcement email from yesterday. But the thing is, I do believe that Ghiblified. Yeah, there's nothing. Well, I don't know. I'm not gonna share it. It's okay. The robot does not feel Ghiblified, but the guy is obviously Ghiblified, and the background. Because like when I think of Ghibli robots, I think of Castle in the Sky, one of my favorite um animated movies, animation movies. Um, yeah, and the fact that okay, I'm gonna date myself. I mean, as in like show how old I am, but yeah, I don't think anyone here knows about Spacetoon, which is the Arabic uh channel of like Cartoon Network Arabic. Okay, but Spacetoon is like a Middle East thing. And I think they yeah, they would translate Ghibli series like the 1980s, 1990s ones, and they would update the names. So I know them by the Arabic names. And like Patsu in Castle in the Sky is the same model as I think it's called Conan in English. Yeah, Conan. Darn it, I need to double check. Conan the something, I think. The something. Not Adventure. Future Boy Conan. There you go. There you go. Wait, where's his face? That's his face. It's the same model as Patsu, and that's the same model as Shita, and those come before it. So in my eyes, these are the models. Like, yeah, you get it. I love this one. I don't know if everybody's seen it, but I've seen it multiple times. Okay. So the idea is rather than relying, why is every Japanese main protagonist from the 80s called Conan? Because, Detective Conan. Anyway, the idea is rather than relying only on prompt based approaches like we did in Unit 1, okay, function calling trains your model to take action and interpret observations during the training phase, making your AI more robust. So instead of relying on prompt based approaches, which is what the first generation of AI was, I mean, chat models were, they were chatting models. We want our AI to take action, which is something that you can see with the current version generation of chat models, where the first, like, you ask them something, they don't know, they Google it like you do. Well, they don't Google it, they web search it. Copilot pings it, and I'm not sure what Deep Search does, or Claude. Wait, even OpenAI should Bing it, not Google it. Gemini is the only one that Googles it. Okay. When should I do this bonus unit? This is optional and more advanced than Unit 1. Don't hesitate to either do this now or revisit when your knowledge has improved thanks to the course. Meh, it's bonus unit. Hold up. They told us from Unit 1 to go to the bonus unit. That's what I'm doing. Anyway, because it's like bonus Unit 1 as in the bonus unit that comes after one, or just a bonus unit. I don't know. But don't worry, this bonus unit is designed to have all the information you need. It's like a standalone. Okay. So we'll walk you through every core concept of fine-tuning a model for function calling, even if you haven't learned yet the inner workings of fine-tuning. Cool. Yeah, the optional is that yeah. Just know that it's optional and you can come here whenever. Best way for you to follow it is know how to fine-tune an LLM with transformers. That's a lot to expect from people. Supposedly I know this, but don't quote me on that. And don't tell the people that asked me to guest lecture. Someone asked me to guest lecture yesterday. And I was like, yay, I like that. But I'm scared. Recommended if you want to make agents. Exactly. Experience the whole course with the extra information. Know how to use, I do not, SF trainer. I know SFT trainer. I know about the trainer thing to fine-tune our model. You can check this documentation. Oh hey, is that new? They've revamped the whole thing. No, hold up. It's just the new chapters. I was like, how dare they? But no, it's just the new chapters. I stopped on chapter 10. This is chapter 11. Yeah, new chapters of the NLP course, which I am scared. It's very tempting. The idea was that a lesser experience of the course would be just too familiar. Right. Yeah. That is true. It feels like it's on the edge of like, you need to have too much information. You don't need to know anything. This is just teaching you the concept. Like it's a mix of both, depending on how much you want to learn, because that's literally what even college courses are. If you want to learn more, you have to investigate yourself. But I love the fact that even I, as a student, would complain that it's not enough. But it doesn't have to be. It's an introduction most of the time. Anywho, what you learn, function calling, how modern LLMs structure their conversation effectively, letting them trigger tools. Laura, low rank adaptation, a lightweight and efficient fine-tuning method that cuts down on computational and storage overhead. Yes, Laura makes training language models faster, cheaper, and easier to deploy. My question is, when something has a good name like Laura, it's easier for people to be familiar with it. When something has a not so easy to pronounce name. But why am I going on so many tangents? One thing that I really, really like is how actors, like Hollywood people, some of them have some really odd names, like long, odd names, which like they're maybe from different countries. And you learn their names because you sort of care about them. So the idea of like difficult name makes something difficult to enjoy, to get into, is absolutely not right. Like I know names of too many people that, I don't have to. Example being Timothy Chalamet. It's like, yeah, that's a name. Yeah, there are actually way too many examples of like 3 long names where you have to learn the whole thing, and you actually do. Even like Arabic names, all sort of names. And now I'm back from that tangent. 3. The thought, act, observe cycle in function calling models. A simple but powerful approach for structuring how your model decides when and how to call functions, track immediate steps, and interpret the results from external tools or APIs. Right. New special tokens will introduce special markers that help the model distinguish between chain of thought, internal chain of thought reasoning. Okay. So we just add tags. That's it. That say this is you thinking, this is function call, and this is the answer from the function call. And even like this is discussion with user, this is system message. You know, these are actually pretty simple. Okay. I have drawing pad that I was like, I need to use this to take note on stream, and then I keep forgetting to, set it up. It's next to me. Anyway, by the end of this bonus unit, you'll be able to understand the inner workings of APIs when it comes to tools, fine-tune a model using LoRa. Oh, I would love that technique. Implement and modify the thought, act, observe cycle, TAO, to create robust and maintainable function calling workflows. Design and utilize special tokens to seamlessly separate the model's internal reasoning from its external actions. Yeah, cool. And you'll have fine-tuned your own model to do function calling. Okay, let's do that. So, what is function calling, you might ask? Function calling is a way for an LLM to take action on its own environment, meaning do stuff that it normally would not be able to. It was first introduced in GPT-4. That is very, very recent, and was later reproduced in other models. In 2023 June? Shut up. It has to have been like an idea for way, way longer, but like implementation was a year ago, not even a year ago. Wait, no. Wow, I'm behind. 2 years ago. It's 2025. Cool. Good to know. Just like the tools of an agent, function calling gives the model the capacity to take action on its own environment. However, the function calling capacity is learned by the model, and relies less on prompting than other agent techniques. Cool. So during Unit 1, the agent did it not? That's actually a question that I had before learning about, why am I maxing out my audio? It's a question I had before learning about how agents work, was like, do you search for words as like in like the code, and you call the function based on the word? For example, if it's like weather, and you're like, okay, I'm going to call the weather function because the user is asking about the weather. But that's not the case. The model has to decide whether it wants to call the function or not, which is actually pretty cool. Okay, because I feel like I'm making it sound less interesting than it is, but it is somewhat interesting. Okay, yeah, so it's learned by the model and relies less on prompting yes, it relies less on prompting compared to other agents techniques. So yes, in Unit 1, the agent didn't learn to use the tool. We just provided the list, and we relied on the fact that the model was able to generalize on defining a plan using these tools. Oh, wow. We just thought the model would know how to use it? That is interesting. It's like giving a kid a tool and expecting the kid to learn itself. While here, with function calling, the agent is fine-tuned, as in trained, to use the tool. Okay. How does the model learn to take action? You might ask. I want to add the word you might ask after every question. I think I need to cough. I'm going to do that. Yeah. Okay, we're back. And yeah, in Spacetoon, there was a part before the ads where it would say سنعود بعد قليل, meaning we'll be back. Actually, wait, there's the English Spacetoon as well, which says we'll be back. And then we're back after the ads. And عدنا is the word عدنا for we're back. So that's what I feel like saying. I'm back. In Unit 1. We explored the general workflow of an agent. Once the user has given some tools to the agent and prompt it with a query, the model will cycle through the act and then observe cycle. And the thinking is, what actions do I need to take to fulfill the objective? What is happening? Am I dehydrated? I swear I don't cough this much in real life. Like, I really don't. Okay? And yes, I know currently this is real life, but you know what I mean. In my daily life. There we go. Okay. Voice coming back. Did my voice just go away? It feels like it's gone. So, yes. And then the action is the function calling, basically. Format the action with the correct parameter and stop the generation. Then get back the result from the execution is the observe, which, like, when you get the answer from your question, you look at it, and that's the observing part. In a typical conversation with a model through an API, the conversation will alternate between user and assistant messages like this. This is a normal chat. We have the role of a user, and the user is saying, I need help with my order. We have the assistant saying, I'd be happy to help, etc., etc. Function calling brings new roles to the conversation. Yes, we will have different roles from user and assistant. We will have one for apparently action, and then one for observation. As an example, if we take Mistral, by the way, my meta request, Llama, was it Llama? Were we using Llama last week? Was approved in less than half an hour. I just did not check. I don't want to get a notification when I'm streaming. So yeah, I thought it would take more, but it did not. Cool. So if we take the Mistral API as an example, it would look like this. We have the user with the question, and then the assistant has not said anything yet because it's thinking. It's doing a function call regarding the person is asking about a transaction, and they are retrieving payment status. Because, like, stuff like this would be like when you I wouldn't say optimize, when you fine tune a language model for company. So whether it's user facing or internal, this is probably what sort of functions you need to have to talk with a database. That is interesting, right? Hold up. Is that what LangChain does? Because I've been really interested in using LangChain, but have not had the energy to do so. Sort of time as well, I suppose. Yeah. I'm going to do that when I get laid off. Because that's a possibility within, like, I'd say a month. Cool. I mean, it's not for sure, but it's a possibility. Yeah, thanks the United States of America, you know? So retrieve payment status is happening now, and we get the answer that says paid. So that's the rule of the tool. Yes. We even have like a new tag for the calling of a function, and then the assistant who has done the observation of getting the answer back is answering with paid. There you go. Cool. But you said there's a new role for function calls. Yeah, that is. Tool's a role. This is a tag, not a role, but hey. Yes and no. In this case, and a lot of other APIs, the model formats the action to take as an assistant message. The chat template will then represent this as a special token for function calling. Available tools. Oh, we have these things? Hold up, who checks these? Us or the language model? Start the list. Oh, what do you mean? Start the list of available tools? And then, okay, now I get it. It's a tag. Cause like start of header tag or like a body tag in HTML, as some say. And then end, and then tool call, result of the tool, end of tool result. Cool. But like, who is this? Whose style is this? We'll talk again about function calling, but you can check this documentation, which is from the Mistral AI thingy. I mean, I can go there, but I'm not gonna read through it just so that. Cool. That's a fancy documentation. Cool. Next. Now that we learned what function calling is and how it works, let's add function calling capabilities to a model that does not have those capabilities. Gemma. To be, what does what is it stand for? IT? Iterative? It's definitely not instruct. Right? I'm gonna, yeah, take this. Sure. Ah! What happened? Oh, instruction tune. Thanks. Okay. As opposed to the base model. Ah, I thought it had a degree in IT. Okay. By appending some new special tokens to the model. Cool, cool, cool. So the model learns about these stuff. So, but before we do that, we need to understand fine tuning and LoRa. I like the name LoRa. It sounds nice. Let's fine tune your model for function calling. I don't know why my brain says, take a break, you're fine. You don't need to use so much brain power. Oh, this is pretty short. Okay, let's go. Nah. I mean, it feels like the information is stuff that I have seen most, like, learned about before, so it feels like a review. Yeah. Let's fine tune your model for function calling. We're now ready to fine tune our first model for function calling. Cool. And how do we do that, you might ask? The answer is we need data. That's the answer to every data person. Most of the time. If you don't give me an Excel sheet of like really, really badly formatted, so many spaces and just special characters and merged cells, let's not talk about it. Okay. A model training process can be divided into 3 steps. The model is pre-trained on a large quantity of data, a lot of data. The output of that step is a pre-trained model. I mean, you yada yada to the data part, but yes, if you have well-formatted data that is clean and useful for, well, I suppose not for pre-training, right? It can be just garbage, can it? No, garbage in, garbage out is like the rule. It needs to be good enough, you know? But yeah, for pre-training, I suppose it doesn't have to be as fancy as for fine-tuning. For instance, Gemma 2B, which is the base model, only knows how to predict next token without strong instruction following capabilities, which is what Coffee said. It's not taught to be a chat model. Alaikum assalam, hi Muhammad. What's up? I cannot promise that I can give you a satisfactory answer, but go ahead, ask your question. To be useful in a chat context, the model then needs to be fine-tuned to follow instructions. In the next step, it can be trained by model creators, meaning I don't know, engineers, the open source community, you or anyone. Yes, could be anyone, probably. For instance, the Google Gemma 2B IT is instruction tuned. Is an instruction tuned model by Google team behind the Gemma project. Yay! I mean, I learned about what instruction IT stands for, instruction tuned, but thank you. Thank you for telling those who don't know, which not me. I'm struggling to do the Fast AI ML course. I can do it, inshallah, inshallah. But honestly, that's a good question. Is doing this course worth it? That's your question, right? And the answer is a yes, it's worth it, but it might be outdated. So, can you give me the link? Can you give me the link? Does Google? Yeah, I mean, I don't think YouTube lets you paste links. Is it the Fast AI ML course? Because I feel like post Chat GPT. I don't know why I keep saying pre and post Chat GPT, but I guess I have a reason for it. I feel like Fast AI machine learning course. Is that it? Machine learning? Which one is it? Is it machine learning course? Is it deep practical learning Fast AI? Because there are like the deep practical deep learning like 2 years ago someone exactly, what is your goal? That's a good question. That's a really good question. Coffee, thank you. It's like, what exactly do you want to learn? Do you want to learn the basics? Oh yeah, it is the machine learning one. Introduction. Yeah. Yep. So I'm googling stuff. I googled fast AI machine learning. I got those two, and I'm guessing the second one is the one. Nope, that's the new one. Yep, this is the old one. Which when is it? When did they create it? The answer for me is yes, it's worth it if you want basics of machine learning. It is old-ish. 6 years ago. 2018. But if you want basics, then sure, go for it. If you want something more new, your goal is to become an ML engineer. First thing is, you're pretty young. Even though that's a great goal to have, your goal should be like, so that's like the highest level of the goal. Your goal right now should be something smaller, of like, I want to learn the basics of ML. Then maybe, actually, probably better to say, I want to build something, which is like, I want to, I don't know, even without, even like saying, becoming an ML engineer, where, how? Do you want to work with text? Do you want to work with audio? Do you want to work with visuals, images, videos? Like, the relevancy is a good point of like, yeah. So I do believe that it is useful if you, because it does give you a bigger picture of like, it has, let me go back to the lessons, because there's a lesson on, hold up, like there's an NLP lesson. Yep, see, these two are NLP lessons, and it's actually mostly just basics. Yeah, which can be dry. Yeah, it's a good point. Oh, computer vision, that's cool. Isn't there? Oh, by the way, I saw this Reddit post saying, highly recommend the Fast AI course for beginners. Oh, that person is also working to be an ML AI person. Cool. I think there is computer vision one, isn't there? Hold up. I feel like there is one, isn't there? No. Hmm. I thought there was in my mind. That was like even taught by the, her name is Rachel, right? I think a lot of ML engineers are just doing data. Like some geological survey spreadsheet from a company, and the boss might ask, like, can we learn to make predictions? I have a question to Muhammad. Yes. uh, and the question is, do you have a place that is like your dream to work at? Because if, let's say, there is a local company in your, I'm gonna have to say city, not country, because okay, let's say country. Let's say there's a company in your country that is doing the things you are interested in, using computer vision with like, in a way that is cool. My question would be, could you email them saying, as far as I know, you're a high school student. I'm a high school student. I'm interested in learning more about this. Could you tell me what tools you are using, or could you guide me to something that would help me learn this? Because then you are thinking on the, how do I get employed side. And I don't know if that's a good thing for a high school student, but if by a chance they see your email and answer you, which is not given, then you created a connection, and maybe you could intern, maybe you could, chances could open. I'm not giving you any hope. I'm just saying I would recommend doing that. And yes, do that with a local company, not a company that is like a US company, a Europe company, because those probably get far more requests and they probably won't see your email. but a local one has a higher chance of employing you. And yeah. Does that make sense? Did I make sense? Okay, cool. But you are you are that age, which is like you don't have a bachelor's degree. And sad to say, but I do believe that it is a requirement. Okay, cool. I do not recommend not getting a bachelor's degree. I am a I am a person who thinks they are required, and maybe it's just for my country. Yeah. But I'm sure you know what's better for yourself. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I said, please do that since you are more of a self learner. I think. Oh, sorry. I think it would be useful to see what tools are being used by companies you would like to be employed by in the future. Because, like, maybe they use something that does most of the job for them. Maybe they use direct coding. You don't know. And in that sense, you might be able to do like a halfway, half coding, half learning about a tool. Because, like, there are so many tools online, like, I don't know, Tableau, Power BI, stuff like that, that is used for data visualization, which is like probably a different thing. But yeah. Yeah. If it's an option, it might not be. It is more work to convince people you are a good candidate without a degree. That is true. That is true. If other applicants have it, yes. Even like for myself, I see that having a master's degree is far more common than one would realize. So I thought I used to think it's like giving me a leg up, but now I really don't. Even though I don't think I need a PhD to do stuff, because that would be just being more specialized. It does not mean I'm better. It just means being more specialized. But I will tell you that I am a degree person. Like, I encourage the people around me to get degrees. So I'm not the best person to ask questions. If you are only a self learner, I'm a mix of both. Having the degree opens the door. Knowing the information keeps you there is my philosophy. Again, it could be only for my country. Yeah. And I don't have any like plans of living anywhere besides my country. So I'm good. Um I hope that was helpful, even though we did not exactly answer your question. But I hope it sort of guided you. Because the only thing I can tell you is when you start a course, do your best to finish it. So yeah. You're doing a great job. Hmm. And online learning is like a really amazing thing, especially because you could definitely get degrees. Like even HuggingFace is giving certificates to those who finish um, the HuggingFace learning. Um, yeah, yeah, it is difficult um, to have the motivation to learn when life is difficult. So you're doing a great job. I hope we can motivate you. So plan for something and try to go with it. Yeah. Hmm. Another thing I would recommend is find like a meetup thing in your area. Like, are there any dev meetup, any computer people meetup? It doesn't even have to be ML related, because I really do believe having knowing people is really useful, even if it's like first time you know no one and you just go for like the event, and then maybe third time, fourth time you meet a few people, and then you get motivated by IRL people as well as online people, because you need a mix of both. And places like meetup.com maybe is like a wait, hold up, what is the website that everybody uses for meetups? I forgot. It's not meetup.com, obviously. I think that's a dating website. What is that website called? Where you sign up for stuff. Mm-hmm. I mean, even for me, it's yeah. Even for me, it's most of the time a half an hour drive to go to those places. But yeah, I really don't know your situation, so yeah, it might not be possible for you. I'm just suggesting things that could work, right? Things are changing a lot right now. Yeah, it's difficult to know what the job market is like. You're right. Yeah, for programmers in a few years. I mean, we don't know. I do believe like in a country like mine, that is like a developing country. I think we're good. We're set. We're fine. But maybe in the places where AI is in your face and people use it in a way where, oh, this will replace everybody, even though it doesn't. But that's how they like advertise for it. Then it does make other people be more reserved in having those jobs for people, for programmers. Yeah. I'm just gonna find that website. And I hope that you will be surprised to find that yes, there could be even online meetups, but again, in your area, because that should uh, help you create networks. It doesn't have to be in person. Like the Google Developers Group is a good one, where you can find talks. I don't know if there can be online. I'm sure during COVID it was. But what's that website that everybody uses? Hmm. Oh, ouch, 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 ouch. Do not punch the microphone. Um. mm, what is that website that everybody uses? Help. Hmm. to- Eventbrite. Duh. I used. Right? Is it Eventbrite? Um. Yep. You can find possible local events if they exist. If not, um, trying to find online ones would be cool. But yes. Uh, uh, um, maybe I'm wrong, but maybe like culture makes people where you are more like ashamed to want to put people out of work. Absolutely not. Save money and run a company on like tennis margins. Nope. Nope. You can just kick people out, especially in like working at a place where you are hired for your competency and where you are not needed. Okay, thanks, bye, you know? Oh, you're right. Meetup is not a dating website. I also just checked. Meetup is a place for meetups. I don't know. I don't know. But yes, the one that I'm thinking of and the one that I have used to sign up for local meetups, whether it's like um cool. Uh Yeah, even sometimes universities give talks to people who are not in universities. Hi, Rocky. Hello. What's up? I think I remember you from the last life, right? Let's all try and be nice, okay? I'm gonna go back to the to the screen, but I would love to answer chat when I can. Where was I? I should probably drink some water before restarting while I'm in a like intermission, that's the word. There we go. I've been watching too much musical theater stuff on YouTube. The model can where were we? Okay. Training a model to learn about calling a function or fine-tuning a model. So we have the base model, part 1. Part 2 is doing the instruction tuning. And then part 3 is a model can be aligned to the creator's preference. For instance, a customer service chat model that must never be impolite to customers. Ooh, okay. Yeah. So, isn't that like a message though? I guess not. I guess it's better to have it ingrained in the model to be nice, because otherwise you could just jailbreak it. Wouldn't you be able to jailbreak it even then? I'm curious. Usually a complete product like Gemini or Mistral will go through all those 3 steps. So like base model, fine tune, or instruction tune, depending, and then make it presentable. Whereas the model you can find on HuggingFace have completed one or more of this training step. So like products versus, well, yeah, there aren't base models on HuggingFace. In this tutorial, we will build a function calling model based on the instruction-tuned Gemma model. We choose the fine-tuned model instead of the base model because the fine-tuned model has been improved for our use case. Starting from the pre-model, would require more training in order to learn instruction following, chat, and then the function calling, which is like 2 things. We just want to do one thing. By starting from the instruction tuned model, we minimize the amount of information that our model needs to learn. Okay. Yeah, half of the job is done for us. LoRa, low rank adaptation for large language models. LoRa is a popular and lightweight training technique that specifically reduces number of trainable parameters. It works by inserting a smaller number of new weights as an adapter into the model to train. Inserting a smaller number of okay. This makes training with LoRa much faster, more memory efficient, and produces smaller weights, few hundred megabytes. Wow, bits, which are easier to store and share. This is what LoRa inference looks like. hold up. I need to read this again. Can I open this in a new tab? Okay. So, LoRa reduces an input to low rank dim. WX is calculated from our input and our pre-trained. Okay, this is too fast. All right. So, LoRa works by adding pair of rank decomposition matrix to transformer layer. What is that? Pairs of rank decomposition matrices to transformer layers, typically focusing on linear layers during training. We will freeze the rest of the model, yes, and will only update the weights of the newly added adapters. Cool. I feel like you can't, I feel like my face tracking is messed up. Because I tried to move the mic. Anyway, that does not matter. So, by doing so, the number of parameters that we need to train drops considerably, as we only need to update the adapter's weights. Nice. During inference, the input is passed into the adapter and the base model. Which input? Like the question? Or these adapter weights can be merged with the base model. Huh. It's like a different layer, really, resulting in no additional latency overhead. I suppose the merging is the better thingy, right? Right. The layer is frozen, new layer added. In parallel. The new layer is a down projection, non-linearity, up projection. Oh. Well, it looks like a different layer here, so the down and up projection means it has far fewer parameters, right? Yeah. No, that does help. Thank you. What is a smart Alex or Alec? I mean, like, it's obviously a reference. LoRa is particularly useful for adapting large language models to specific tasks or domains while keeping resource requirements manageable. This helps reduce the memory required to train a model. If you want to learn more about it, we can check out this tutorial. Also from HuggingFace, which chapter 11, yes. Inshallah, sometime in the future. So, here's the tutorial notebook that we're all waiting for. Fine-tuning a model for function calling. So let's do that. Open in Colab, okay. And then I'm gonna have to copy it to my drive. While that's happening, I think that's it. And then it goes to the conclusion, which we'll get to when we get to it. So, in this tutorial, you're going to fine-tune an LLM for function calling. It's part of the course. Yes. Free course. Cool. From beginner to expert, says who? Oh, it's Alec. Person who is irritating because they behave as if they know everything. But why? Not a reference. Who's Alec? I feel bad for them. I mean, I've heard it, by the way. I've heard that phrasing. That's funny. Apparently, It's a person. Hold up. Is that a person? No. You could Google it. And they are from 1840s, I think. Nice. We're learning stuff. Okay. We need to have done the other sections, which we did. Voice is being picked up, right? Because I need to rest my back. My back hurts. Yeah, I think voice is fine. Voice is the same, right? Step 0. Get access to HuggingFace. I did not, because it asks for extra information that I didn't want to give. I guess now I have to. I'm gonna do that. It asked me to fill out a form. Oh no, it did. It only. Okay, apparently I need to give it my full name, which is code and then life. That's my full name. Sorry for only giving you CL, which is, not enough. And now I should have access. I guess I do now. Okay, step 1 done. 1 and done. Alternatively, we could have used something else. Yes. Step 2, set up a GPU. Change it to what? 40? Sure, you can do that. Would it work? Okay, it already is that. Yes, we are using free tier Colab that take around 6 hours to train. You have 3 solutions if you want to make it faster. Use your computer, buy stuff, just follow the code without training. Hold up. That's fine if it works. I don't need to buy stuff. I like my money. And, I'm planning to get a car, so I need money. Install dependencies. We need multiple libraries. Oh, that's it. We start? Yay, we start. Bits and bytes. My brain read it as wits and biases. Bits and bytes for quantization. PIFT for LoRa adapters, transformers, datasets, and TRL for trainer class. And yes, we did get weights and biases. Each time I see it, I read it as 1W. I don't know why. It just sounds that way in my brain. So create your HuggingFace token. Oh, we already got that. So let's run. Yes. Oh, okay. I'm gonna need to do that. Did we run this part? No, it's still happening. But I'm gonna do that without showing you because I guess that's how it should be. And now I'm ready to reshare my screen. Ta-da! And there you go. Step previous. Look at it. Why isn't it? It doesn't need my permission for anything, does it? Not that I see it. Cool. And then this step would run. And then the other step is processing the data set into inputs. Do we have a data set? In order to train the model, we need to format the input into what we want the model to learn. For this tutorial, who is I, enhanced a popular dataset for function calling nose research. Okay, that's a thing. By adding some new thinking steps from thinking step computer from DeepSeek. Okay. DeepSeek R1 distill Quinn 32B. That's a mix of DeepSeek and Quinn. Quinn is the Alibaba one, right? But in order for the model to learn, we need to format the conversation correctly. Oh, there we go. That failed, but this works. Let's see if we get an error. Conflicts. We'll get to that bridge when we cross it. I mean, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Oh, I was reading this. If you followed Unit 1, you know what's that going from a list of messages to a prompt is handled by the chat template. Oh yeah, we had a ready-made one. Or the default chat template of Gemma does not contain tool calls. So, right. The base model does not know tool calls, so we need to modify it. This is the role of our preprocess function, to go from a list of messages to a prompt that the model could understand. So here's our model. This is the data set that we talked about. We get the tokenizer from the model, from Gemma, and then we give it a chat template. We can do that? Cool. Role system, and give me a exception. And then, ooh, that's cool. We have an if here. That is too much for my eyes. I'm sleepy. I didn't get enough sleep last night. Oh wow, I did get enough sleep according to my watch. Pre-process. Give me a sample message from the sample that I'm getting. Look at the first message. Instead of adding a system message, we merge the content into the first user message. If it's a system, here's the system, and then add it as a content. Before making a call, take time to plan the function. We're just asking it to think. That's cute. So we're like, system message, think about it, content. Cute. And then remove the system message from the conversation to show the user, right? Why are all of these things happening together? I mean, yes, this is a function that's not been called yet, but the loading takes time most of the time. So loading the data set as well as where's the model? Did we not load the model? We haven't loaded the model, only the tokenizer. Interesting. And then renaming conversations to messages. Cool. I'm just going to run this and see if it takes time or not. And it did not take any time at all. Oh, nope, I'm lying. It took 6 seconds. Apologies for my lying. Step 6. How many steps are there? Don't you? No, that's too many steps. I'm tired. Okay. I need a cookie. Okay. Step 6. A dedicated dataset for this unit. For this bonus unit we created. You created it? A custom dataset. Yeah, I want to see what this is. Hi. No. Oh, it's actually Hermes. I'm like, how do I read this? No, it is Hermes. God of something. Hello, Liz Gay. What's up? Did it fail? Did it fail when it mentioned it could not find the HF token? What do you mean? It did. It worked fine. It worked. No, it was just like give access to user secret in Google Colab. The failing happened in installing of the libraries, which I have not seen consequences yet. I shall. I will probably. We have had no failures yet. Yes. So yeah, it is Hermes. What is Hermes? I forgot. I mean, I should know. Oh, it's the fast one. The one with I might be wrong. Anyway. Right? It's the messenger. The one with maybe I'm wrong again. I'm thinking about the movie The Light Thingy. Wow. Anyway, it's a book. It was turned into a movie. It was a popular book alongside like Harry Potter, but I didn't read that one. The Lightning Thief. What is his name? Anyway. And then I think Hermes is a character there. Right. What am I supposed to be doing right now? Why am I here? This dataset is a compilation of structured output and function calling data called Hermes 2 Pro Series of models. This repository contains a structured output dataset with function calling, conversation JSON mode, agentic JSON mode, and structured extraction samples. Cool. Can I see what it looks like? That's conversation, and that's category, and that's the task. Okay. Oh no, here I am. There we go. So, while the original dataset is excellent, it does not include a thinking step. In function calling, such a step is optional, but recent work like DeepSeek, model on the paper test time compute suggests, "Hi Oliver, what's up? I feel like long time no talk, but most likely because my streaming is sporadic. Sporadic? Is that a word? Yes. I do try to have the Friday, Saturday ones be like pillars of like, I'm streaming. Which is why I could not bring myself not to stream today. Because that was what I was planning to do. But then, here I am. Right, where was I? This paper suggests that giving an LLM time to think, how many milliseconds would that be, before it answers, or in case before taking action, can significantly improve model performance. Again, who's this I? It's weird when it talks in first person. Stop speaking in first person. Decided then to compute a subset of this data set and give it to DeepSeek AI's R1 Distill Quinn 32B in order to compute some thinking tokens. It's just a tag. Think before any function call, which results in the following dataset. I need to run this, right? Okay. So we're mapping yeah, that was the pre-process thing that we did. the thing we read that adds the think. It's like, take time to think. This should definitely be in my internal messaging. Take time to think before you blow up in other people's faces and fight. Yeah. What is that? What is that open one? It's the training? Okay, got it. And that's it. We just added, please take time to think to our model. Of the JSON files upstairs. Checking the input. Let's manually look at what we did. So we just print number 7 for some reason. Wait, no. Yes, maybe. And here you can see that we added think. And where's the part? There we go. This before making a call, please take time to think. This part we added, and then here it is actually thinking. It's saying I should do this, I should do that. That's cute. I'll do this. Where's the user text? Human. Oh, hold up. What? You are a function calling AI. Where's the question? Where's the user's thing? So maybe the idea would be to use a reasoning model. Think, act, observe. There is no reasoning in it, but yes, R1 is a reasoning model. But that's like too much work. Sanity check. Check. We're saying we have pad and end of speak. End of sentence. We have them, yeah. Step 8. Let's modify the tokenizer. We're modifying the tokenizer? What for? Or use a non-modified Hermes tool calling dataset. Set to not ask it to think. Yes, that's a possibility. Indeed, as we saw in Unit 1, the tokenizer splits the text into subwords by default. Yes. This is not what we want for special tokens. While we don't want our, like for example, tool call to be split, maybe. We segment our example using think tool call and tool responses. The tokenizer does not treat them as whole tokens, probably. Still tries to break them down into smaller pieces. Oh, we can just add them to like, here are my special tokens, do not touch them, don't you dare. To ensure the model correctly interprets our new format, we must add these tokens to our tokenizer. Nice. Additionally, since we changed the chat template, we did modify it, yeah, in our pre-processing, because we added the take time to think, we need to modify it. Cool. So we're saying we have these special tokens, chat ML special tokens, and then tokenizer, right, model name. Are we just loading the tokenizer? Oh, and we're giving it the special tokens. There we go. Additional special tokens. And then chat template is changed. We now have a think. Where's the think? I can't think. Okay. Where is it? Anyway, it should be there. I can't see it. And then now we're finally loading the model. And then resizing token embeddings. Okay. Sure. And then the 16 thingy. And I'm guessing the loading of the model should take a bit of time. Just a little. Yeah, there we go. Finally, something that takes time. An hour and a half. We've been streaming. Why am I so like, low energy again? Should I drink some coffee? I have glass straws and metal straws. I think I prefer the glass straws, but I've been loving using the metal straw more recently. But I still prefer the glass straws. Yes. Apparently there's a alternative to paper straws. But I mean, I suppose disposable cutlery, that's not the word, is necessary. Okay, so this is taking time to do that for like restaurants and stuff. Hey, we did it! We cannot run the code. CUDA out of memory. Oh well. I'm too tired to try and find a way to debug this. Like, find an alternative. Anyway, out of memory error, meaning Colab does not have the capacity to run this code, but we'll still go through it. That's another annoying thing for self-learners. If you don't want to use money, sometimes you have to. And that's why it's nice knowing people. Some people have access to stuff that they could give you access to, but that's 1 in a million. Cool. Now I'm not gonna mess with what's out there because I see some stuff that's already done. I'm just gonna try and go through it without yawning too much. Okay, step 9. Configure LoRa. LoRa. This is we. This is where we are going to define the parameter for our adapter. Adapter? We have an adapter. Those who wrote this? I'm sleepy. There we go. Those are the most important parameters in LoRa as they define the size and importance of the adapters we are training. So here, PEFT, LoRa config. Rank dimension for LoRa update matrices. Smaller means more compression. LoRa alpha, scaling factor for LoRa layers. Higher is stronger adaptation. LoRa dropout. Dropout probability for LoRa layers helps prevent overfitting. It's like a form of forgetting, right? And then here you go. We have a config. What are these? Why are there so many typos? Layer in the transformers we target. Do I report these typos? Alright, it is on HuggingFace, right? I mean, GitHub. Step 10. Let's define the trainer and fine-tuning hyperparameters. In this step, we define the trainer, the class. Do we need 2 thes? Help. That we use to fine-tune our model and the hyperparameters. Joff Thomas. Right. Replaces with your username. Well, it doesn't run, so even if I did, nothing would change. Output directory. Yep. That's what the name of the model should be. And then per device train batch size, eval batch size, the gradient accumulation step, logging step, learning rate, initial learning rate for the optimizer. Yes, our learning rate scheduler type is a cosine. And then these are information that we initialized upstairs, and we're using it down here. Eval strategy is epoch. We don't have saving strategy. Report to TensorBoard. Didn't we call it with send biases? Why isn't it being called here? training arguments. Should it be called here or lower? I forget. As trainer, we use SFT trainer. Oh, supervised fine-tuning trainer. That's nice. Supervised because the information is all in the data set, the thing we just saw. Here's the model. Here are all of the arguments. Training set, test set, processing classes, tokenizer, and the config of LoRa. Here is LoRa. And we're still not calling weights and biases yet. Maybe we'll do it later. Nope, we did not. Train it, save it, and it's 1. So there isn't really anything to compare it to, but push it to the hub. I cannot run it, but okay. And then why are we, what? Push the tokenizer to the hub, replace it. Yeah, okay, hold up. Trainer? What's the difference between these two? Oh, okay, now I get it. Since we also modified yeah, so we're pushing the model, but we're also pushing the tokenizer because we modified it. Cool. And then you could use it, right? Load it from the hub, and then load the base model, resize the model with the new tokens we introduced. Why? Bits and bytes config. What are we doing? Testing. Okay. So here's bits and bytes. Here's our model replaced with the newly, yes. Config. We got the config model. Here's the model based on our hold up, what? I'm really hungry right now. Tokenizer. Auto tokenizer from pre-trained. We're just loading stuff back. Apparently, we're loading the normal model? No, because we're saying base model, name, or path. So this is our model, which is the newly trained one. Why are we saying config dot this? Why aren't we just giving it the name? That's weird, right? Okay. Resize token embeddings, and then load the model, and then evaluate. Okay. What am I looking at? What is this supposed to be? Wow. I don't know what I'm looking at. Test. What am I supposed to be looking at? Okay, we're just looking at one row from our test yet. We have not tested anything. Now test the model. In that case, we will take start of one of the samples from the test set and hope that it will generate expected output. All right. And what is our expected output? If I can ask, since we want to test the function calling capabilities of our newly fine-tuned model, the input will be a user message with the available tools, right? Disclaimer, the dataset we're using does not contain sufficient training data. It's purely educational. As a result, your trained model's outputs may differ from the examples shown in the course. Do not be discouraged if your results vary. Our primary goal here is to illustrate the core concepts rather than produce a fully optimized production-ready model. Which is why, even if you cannot run the code, it's fine. We're just learning. The This prompt is a subsample of one of the test sets. In this example, we start the generation after the model generation starts. Okay. All right. What did it say? We start the generation after the model generation starts, meaning, so here's, you are an AI model, and here is the tool part. Here are available tools. Nice. That's a lot of tools. And then think about it as a thing, and then that's the human asking. I need to convert USD to euros. Could you help? And we tokenize our input. We give it to CUDA, and we expect the model to give us outputs. And here's the outputs. Let's see what we got. After the question, the model says, okay, so the user is asking that honestly, repeating the question is a good thing. I need to figure out. Let's look at the tools. Looks like this one is it. It's cute. Parameters required are amount, from, and to. Amount is this one. From is that one. To is this one. Feels like a human thinking. That's weird. Wasn't there a paper of like, it does not know what it's saying. It's just doing this to satisfy your curiosity. Thinking has nothing to do with the final answer. But then there are like other papers saying the thinking is what leads to the final answer. I don't know. I have not read them. I'm just repeating headlines or like titles or something. Fits perfectly. Yay. Don't need to make any assumptions because user has given me all the necessary details. Actually, you don't need to make assumptions. You better ask questions than make assumptions. Is my I should do that. I should ask a model not to make assumptions and just ask questions if something's not clear. Which is like, sometimes I use models at work. That's why I'm thinking that way. So I should call it and give it the arguments. And now that happened. Wait, where's the observe part? Congratulations! That was the bonus unit. Yay! You've mastered what function calling is and how to fine-tune it. I mean, if you have the data, it works most of the time. If it's the first time you do this, it's normal to feel puzzled, take time to check documentation, understand each part of the code and why we did it this way. Don't hesitate to fine-tune different models. Best way to learn is by trying. Keep learning and stay awesome. Everything is awesome. Okay, thank you. Conclusion. Congratulations on fixing it. Yeah, oh yeah, that's literally what I just read. If we have one piece of advice now is, no, is to fine-tune different models. I don't wanna. Best way to learn is by trying. Wait. Oh, I'm thinking of the game changer. What is it called? Intro. Best way to learn is by trying. Best way to try is by doing. I mean, it's not that, but it sounds that way. In the next unit, you're going to learn how to use state-of-the-art frameworks, such as, see, it expects this to be after unit 1, because it says in next unit, which is unit 2. We'll go through small agents, llama index, and langgraph. Oh, I was thinking langchain, but this langgraph, are they from the same thing? Finally, we would love to hear feedback. Cool. Honestly, I found some typos. Okay, bye. Oh, we have a bonus number too. And now, this is that. That's that. I'm obviously not gonna start this. I'm too sleepy to do anything. But it's nice that we have something to do. What I'm not sleepy for is for I don't know how much time. But wait, before I start, I need to check if there are any ads, because if there are, I do not want it in my face. Oh, we are starting a new thing. There are no ads yet. Does not mean I don't get one. We're starting a new thing. The new thing is evaluation and multimodal. Cool. Should I update the title upstairs? Here's the upstairs title. Let's try and update it. Ouch. How does it look? If it looks weird, no, it looks readable. Awesome. Nice. I might have misrepresented the reasoning stuff. It's not always just sometimes it seems like the model's output and the reasoning to conform to what they have been taught to do, but don't use it. It's like a children going through the steps, but not paying attention. Because it, I always compare models to children. It's weird. But yeah, I get your point. It could be both. Because that's how research works. Sometimes the thing happens, sometimes it doesn't happen, and it's fun learning. I thought this here is being cut off because of my cutting off, but no, this is just too low here. Let's see how much I have energy for, because it's been an hour and 50 minutes ish, and I do have time. I have like the next half an hour at least. Maybe I could just start eating and drinking and my energy will come back up. Let's see.
Sure, maybe we can get started. Yeah, so like previously we planned for these two topics for two separate classes, but like since we spent like Tuesday class mostly talked about like the project. So for today I just like merge these two topics and cover both. So this class might be a little bit tense, but I will try to, you know, cover all of the contents here. But feel free.
It's going to be a tense class for a person who's on the verge of sleep. Okay, let's see how it goes. I'm wearing my learning glasses. Ooh, I changed my glasses. Last week. Wait, this week. 2 days ago. I changed my real life glasses. That was nice. Yeah. It's funny because like I feel like changing glasses makes me look different and be perceived differently. Sometimes glasses are too nerdy and sometimes anyway. Sometimes it's like a child writing the answer and then recalling their teacher wants them to write working out, so they fake that because they don't understand. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Children do stuff to impress you. Like if they love you. And yes, that's why they do stuff even if they don't get it. They repeat what you did and you're like, oh wow, they did something, and they don't even have to get it. But yes, so getting the check mark, getting the applause, getting the haha is the point. Yeah. So yes, I did change my glasses. And I was like, I see so many glasses on my model and I'm like, they suit my model. That doesn't mean they suit me. I have a different face structure. And honestly, not to trauma dump on you, but the glasses guy was like, but your eyes are too small. Why are you getting this glass? It's too big. I was like, dude, that's how I look. Yeah, I don't have anime eyes. Anyway,
free to stop me if you have any questions. So basically we'll first talk about the evaluation of NLP task and the language modeling. And secondly, we'll talk about like the multimodal LLMs. I think for the evaluation topics, we partially covered some of the benchmarks or data sets or evaluation task in separate topics. For example, like when talking about the math and coding, we also like cover some widely adopted math and code data sets like human eval and BPP for code, and GSMK and math for the math reading, right? And so we won't cover those kind of tasks or data sets in this class, but but instead we will cover some more general task for or cover some other NLP tasks. So so firstly, why we need like building the evaluation or the benchmarks? There are major three reasons. The first one is definitely will be very straightforward, right? We need because when we build some AI models or when we build
There's a weird cut happening here.
some
Not my fault. You see this weird cut. I mean, I think that the slide actually ends here. Like this padding thingy, margin thingy is available on that side. So the cutting is fine, but it still looks weird on the eye, doesn't it?
NLP models, we need some evaluation style to tell us whether our models really perform good or bad, right? So the performance measurement.
I'm curious about how to evaluate a function calling fine-tuned model. Like, I guess you just look and see if the thinking has text. Is that it? I don't think that's a good thing, but could be.
Is definitely the most straightforward reason. And when we develop benchmark, we really need to develop like different kinds of metrics, right? And we can just use those kind of metrics to, assess how well models perform on specific tasks. And building standards benchmarks could also help us to like doing more fair comparison, right? Because like we really want to either compare with our previous version of the models, or we need to compare with other baselines, right? And if we have a standards benchmark, we would basically we can just compare all of the models on this kind of benchmark and to see which models perform better. And secondly, and thirdly, right, we need the good evaluation benchmark to get the model development. Because if we don't have like good benchmarks, we never know like on what kind of scenarios our models do not perform good. So we need something to get like the future model development. Actually, building the AI evaluations or building different kinds of benchmarks for different tasks has a very long history. It just started when people building models. So for example, in the classic era, when
I have a question for these eras. And the question is, how does the era know what year it is for it to be a new era? So, like, why is there a 2020s when it could have been from 2021? It's funny. It's like each 10 year there's a new thing. So, I mean, obviously not. They're all mixed together, but it's also funny. Like, first 10 years and then sleep another 10 years and then the other 10 years. We're halfway through the decade. Did you know that?
we just develop a very small scale machine learning models or some very task specific models at a time, we like also build a very small scale task specific benchmarks. Even though it like we mostly like cover NLP in this class, but I'll just briefly mention also some other general AI benchmarks. So for example, the MINIST, right? I'm not sure whether you have tried that data before, but it's kind of a very well-known machine learning data, which basically just like let you to classify or doing the digital recognition for image classification task. And for the NLP, we have the tree bank or pen tree bank. Basically, it's
Okay, you're right. It is. I read this as from 1990s to 2000 without the S, but you're right. There's an S. Okay. Because even the papers are like up until 98, but no, it is 2000s as well.
Okay.
ImageNet was not 2010, was it? What? Oh, it started in 2010 and then 12, 13, 14. Isn't Alex next? AlexNet 2014? I think. Am I wrong?
Kind of very earlier efforts for synthetic parsing in NLP is kind of well known. And for the speech recognition, there was data set called switchboard, basically just do the speech recognition task. And when we move to the deep learning era, since for training we build a larger.
Anyway, he's talking about evaluation and not like yeah, yes, ImageNet is created by Faye Haley. I watch a lot of her talks actually. And I don't know which talk it is, but in one of the talks she talks about like the history of how it was created. And it's really cool. Like how they manually labeled a million images. Yeah. I mean, it's her lab, not her by herself, but obviously she is the lead. And I've learned that being a lead is important apparently. Because the the project is like your thing and you guide people to do stuff with it. And then death of the project feels like death of a thing that you created. I've had projects die and it's sad. Or maybe they're on their deathbeds. I don't know. It's a tough world out there. Thanks to the United States of America. So yes, we are talking about AI evaluation and not AI progress. So yeah, we see MNIST, we see the Pantry Bank. I don't know about Switchboard. I know about ImageNet. I have heard about Squad and Glue. I don't know about Coco, but apparently it is object detection, segmentation, and captioning, which is actually a thing of ImageNet, isn't it? Like it comes from that. And we have MMLU, which feels like it has to do with multimodal. And then I don't see what's down here. 2004 or 2024. There we go. And yes, I am not muted because I thought I was muted. It came at the right time, absolutely, too, to represent the change of classical ML vision ideas to losing to new ML deep learning paradigm. I think absolutely. And AlexNet is created by a student of Why do I keep forgetting the names of the guy who won the Oscar for neural networks? What's wrong with me? Jeffrey Hinton. Yep, that AlexNet is his student's work. I read that in a book. Right. Yep, Hinton. Yay, we got there.
And larger scale training set. And for evaluation, we also want to scale up a little bit more. So for example, we have ImageNet, which is kind of a well adopted and well-known image classification task. And basically there are like hundreds of classes or even more, and you could just like doing like image recognition or image classification, like when you build some deep neural networks. And like there are also famous data sets.
Oh, okay, that's funny. Yeah, give me a hint next time.
Called Coco. It's also kind of related to the multimodal topics we are gonna talk about. But Coco is a very
it does feel multimodal because it's image, And text.
Comprehensive, which cover like different kinds of vision tasks, like object detection, segmentation, and captioning. And in terms of NLP, so like in 2016, like people develop Stanford people develop a very famous question answering data set, which is called
Squad.
Squad. And later on in 2018, they develop
It does stand for Stanford Question and Answering Dataset. Yep.
upgrade version, which is called Squad 2.0, which
Not standard, right? It has to be Stanford because that's the people who made it.
basically both are like for machine reading comprehension and question answering, and we'll just cover more details in the next few slides. And also glue and super glue are more like people just, have collected like different bunch of NLP tasks and then form a like a new benchmark called the like general language model, general language understanding evaluation, something like that. And super glue is a more robust and more challenging version of glue, and we'll also cover more in the next few slides. And when moving to the foundation model Euro, when we like doing like larger scale pre-training and cover, more data and more subjects. So we also like expect our model to like, handle like very general tasks. And also we build very holistic evaluation. And also, for more recently, people also add multimodal component into the foundation model. So we also want to
Really? Coco is like face tracing? No. I mean, hold up. um, I did look into like trying to do everything myself, and then I realized I don't even know what to do. There are a lot of smart people who have done stuff. Like Kaleidoscope was a website. Oh, definitely. Kaleidoscope was a website created by I think Google engineer that is only for model tracking. I mean, that's what it used to be for. I think it was moved somehow, or because I do remember it being deprecated. Um, and I like how long ago was that? That was a really long time ago. Um, but I don't know what they were using. I was like trying to look into their GitHub and understand stuff. I did not understand any stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Vtubing uses ML for face tracking, which is object detection and positioning. Absolutely, it's more general object recognition. It's bounding box. I think. What does COCO stand for? Complex object detection. Oh, I suppose, and captioning probably something along those lines. Um, but yeah, I tried to be fancy and scientific about it, and then I was like, nope. I'm just gonna use something that is all available, all created by a company, and I'm just gonna use it. I'm a user, not a creator. But yes. Hi, hi, Fixer. What's up? Hi. How are you? Welcome. Apologies for me and everything. But yeah, I'm sort of back on schedule. I think. I still need to go back to the dentist, but I'm good. My teeth is fine. My tooth is fine. Um, yeah. I think the dentist is like the only task I have for next week. I don't know. I had way too many tasks this week, last week ish. Too many doctor visits. I'm fine, but it's just like takes your energy away. But yeah, I'll probably have a few dentist sessions. Could be next week, could be more. And I also need to prepare for that guest lecturing, which I probably need to do some work with me sessions. That would be nice. If I have the energy, which I normally do. Because, yeah, we'll see. Completed my 2-hour exam in 1 hour. Awesome, but hold up. Don't rush yourself. Sometimes revisions are needed. Spent 30 minutes looking out from the window. Became manic in class. And the mom told you to leave. Nice of them. Wait, they don't let you go after you finish an exam? I guess it depends. But do review. Don't just try to finish for finishing early's sake. Nice. Yeah, just I'm good. The fact that it was a few because it was different doctors. Mhm. Yeah, I hope your exam went well. It was a scheduling thing. Like I had a dentist visit and a optometrist visit in the same week, which feels like a lot of energy for me. Like takes a lot of energy. But yeah. Oh, a lab exam. You got an easy experiment to conduct. That sounds cool. Aw. I don't think now I feel bad for government students as I was one myself. Yeah. We didn't have a lot of experiment stuff, but we had enough. And the teachers tried their best, and I'm grateful for them. um yeah. Cool. I love free education. Okay.
Like have some stats for the multimodal evaluation as well. So for example, we will cover massive multi-subject language understanding, which basically testing the factual knowledge and reasoning capability across diverse fields. And also we'll cover Big Bench, which is kind of a broad benchmark for reasoning word knowledge and creativity. And for the multimodal, we'll cover briefly talk about the MMMU, which is kind of a complex reasoning multimodal question in multiple subjects. So firstly, for the
I sort of wanna end the stream here. Because I feel like if I start, it's gonna continue. And it is pretty cool because like I feel like it's talking about each paper, which is really nice. But I think that's it. That's me. And I do want to. Should I do that on stream? I do want to look into. No,
the question answering is not.
thank you. I do want to look into that video editing code that was sent. What else do I want to do? Is there anything else I wanted to do? That was one thing that I wanted to do. Oh, okay, I remembered. Yes. Yes. Anyway, it's been 2 hours and like 10-ish minutes. Oh, okay, you do that. You have a presentation in 3 hours. Good luck. You're gonna do great. Best of luck in that. Thank you for saying hi. Inshallah, same time tomorrow. Yes. Yes. I would like that. And we will start with unit 2. Yeah. Nice. I think today was we failed successfully. Yes, I think we did great today because the code didn't work, but thank you. Yes. I if I feel pressure, I feel pressure for myself. I'm like, oh, I disappointed myself. Because I planned for something and then when I don't do it, I'm like, I'm a failure. Yes. Sort of. Sometimes I don't want to announce stuff in case I don't follow through. But yeah, I think Saturday and Friday are sort of set in stone for me. Yes, inshallah. Absolutely, inshallah. I tweeted about the fact that I was writing something and I was saying, I'm gonna do this tomorrow. And then my keyboard was auto-completing with the word inshallah. I'm like, you get me. And then when I tweeted, when I write the word tomorrow, the word inshallah didn't come next. I was like, huh, can you tell in context? Because like, I'm gonna do something tomorrow, inshallah. And then when I say the word tomorrow, it does not mean it has to do with tomorrow. Anyway, I talk too much. Yeah. Sometime tomorrow, 2 hours ago, I could schedule it and I could talk about it, maybe. Should we do that? I'll think about it. Thank you for joining me and making my streaming experience so lovely. Life can be hard, but I hope we can motivate each other to uh try, because sometimes it's difficult to even try. Yeah. Yes. No, I think I'm pretty good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, I absolutely think that talking for 2 hours while streaming has trained my voice to withstand usage of my voice far more, which is really cool actually. Because I do remember when I was first streaming that I could not talk for an hour, but here I am talking for 2 hours and still having energy to talk, but needing to go. Okay, I really should go. I mean I don't have to, but I want to. Because that's how. Oh, it's nice when life is like that, and happy that microphone is doing great. I think I'm gonna have to monitor after, but I do think that we're doing great. Um, yeah, I wish you a lovely Friday, and I love Fridays. Yeah, see you tomorrow, inshallah, if all goes well. And thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna go to the end screen for the next like 30-ish seconds. Thank you so much. Good luck. Bye.